In the middle of a world that felt like it had stopped breathing, I built a small world that could. A glass bowl, a handful of soil, a light above water. I thought I was making a hobby to pass the lockdown days, but I was building a mirror. Because when you create a world, even a tiny one, you begin to understand what it means to be watched, to be tested, and to be saved. The beginning. During the COVID pandemic, I was living in the quiet beauty of the Sultanate of Oman, where the days were still and the silence could feel heavy. After work, with the outside world full of fear and unanswered questions, I searched for something calm, something living. So I began with a bowl. I washed it like a ritual. I laid aqua soil like the foundation of a new land, then sealed it with gravel and sand. Moss, grass, and lily plants took their places, green life reaching upward. A branch became shelter. Seashells became small caves. Above it all, a single light, steady, patient, like a sun that never forgets to rise. A filter whispered through the water, keeping the world clear. After a few days, the bowl settled and breathed on its own. To test its balance, I introduced a guppy for 2 days. He survived. The world was ready. And so, I removed him and prepared for the true residents to arrive. The evolution. Then, color entered the frame. I went from shop to shop and returned with tiny lives. Orange, blue, black, yellow, transparent, mixed, and green. At first, only pairs, just enough to begin. Every evening, my son and I would hover over the bowl like witnesses, searching the plants for the smallest signs of movement. We counted them like prayers. Are they safe? Are they well? Are they still here? We fed them daily. We cleaned weekly. And slowly, they accepted this world as home. Then came the miracle every aquarist waits for. New life. Dozens became hundreds, baby shrimp appearing like sparks in the grass. My son danced when he saw them. The bowl became a living constellation, a quiet civilization of color. And something else began to happen. When I approached, they gathered. When I brought food, they followed my hand, drawn to the one who provided. Some climbed the branch to the very edge, pausing at the border of their universe, as if they were trying to understand the shape of the sky. I made this world, so in their eyes, I am the creator. I keep it alive, so I am the preserver. I bring sustenance, so I am the provider. But when the balance breaks and I must act, what do I become then? To them, I must have seemed like a force beyond the glass, omnipotent, all-powerful, omniscient, all-knowing, omnipresent, always near. A presence that arrived without warning and left without explanation. Twist in the story. And then, like every story where paradise feels too perfect, something small arrived, unnoticed. One day, while cleaning the bowl, I saw hitchhiker snails. They don't come with announcements. They slip in as eggs on new plants or as tiny stowaways on decorations, or hidden in the water itself. I don't like killing living creatures, so I let them stay. I told myself, more life means more balance. But nature doesn't always multiply into harmony. Sometimes it multiplies into hunger. In a few months, the snails were everywhere clinging to glass, spreading across the soil, swarming the food before the shrimp could reach it. Waste built up faster. The water turned heavy. The weakest suffered first, the babies. Then adults began to fall. This small world, once calm and colorful, started to tilt toward collapse. And I began to notice something that chilled me. Some shrimp were trying to jump, as if even drowning was better than staying. Sad incident, turning point. One Saturday morning, I found them on the floor, shrimp outside the bowl. Rare ones, yellow and orange ones. Tiny bodies dried by an air they were never meant to breathe. I stood there, stunned, holding grief that felt far too big for something so small. In that moment, they didn't feel like pets. They felt like my own sons and daughters. What hurt most was recognizing some of them among the first I had ever placed into this world at the beginning of my creation. That night, my mind wouldn't rest. They couldn't survive outside water, so why would they leap? And then the thought came, quiet, sharp, impossible to ignore. Maybe they believed someone above the glass could save them. Maybe they thought, if we can reach him, if we can show him, he will change something. So they traveled to the edge of their universe, toward the highest place they knew. It was dark, but the aquarium light was still on, like a distant star. Perhaps they mistook that light for me. They jumped toward it and fell. Maybe they didn't know the cost, or maybe they did, and still chose to risk everything for the hope of mercy. Enough is enough, the destroyer. I destroyed the world, so I became the destroyer. The next morning I woke up with a decision that didn't feel like choice at all. If I wanted to save the living, I had to end the world they knew. I moved as many shrimp as I could into a bucket of clean water, air flowing, food waiting, an ark for what remained. Then I dismantled everything. I pulled out the plants, I stripped away the soil. I replaced the aqua base and rinsed the sand and gravel again and again, as if washing sin from stone. I needed every hitchhiker snail gone. I couldn't allow even one survivor to rebuild the invasion. I poured liters of water through the bowl until I could trust it again, until there was no trace of what had poisoned their home. The dirty water and the snails were flushed away. The area was disinfected. Silence returned. And in that silence, I understood. Sometimes destruction is not hatred. Sometimes it is intervention. A new beginning, the regeneration. For a few days, the shrimp stayed in that temporary container. Air filtration, food, and waiting. Then I carried them back and placed them into a new world. Clean water, fresh soil, a reset beginning. And I need to say this clearly. They may be different colors, but in my eyes, none is more worthy than another. I do not love the blue and hate the yellow. I do not honor the orange and ignore the clear. I value them all. Their differences are not a reason to divide. They are the reason the bowl is beautiful. I care for them, preserve them, provide for them, and protect them. If they could speak, each might call their protector by a different name: Allah, Christ, Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Buddha. Yet the mercy they seek is the same. The name isn't the point. The lesson is. I don't want them to break into groups, turn on each other, and poison their home again. I don't want a world with only one color left. I want the colorful world I imagined the day I first poured life into glass. Moral of the story: so be the understanding shrimp. Be humane to your fellow beings. Respect nature and its living creatures. Choose peace. Avoid wars. Don't let pride and division turn a home into a battlefield, because none of us want the shrimp bowl to be washed out and cleaned again.